Hi everyone, my name is Laura and welcome to Book Bubbler. First of all, I'd like to apologize for the weird bouncy setup. I usually use a tripod to film on and I thought I would try something different. It's one of those, I film on my cell phone, so it's one of those like clamped with a long bendy cord and a little like essentially a giant bulldog clip at the end. So you can stick it to anything and you can hang it anywhere and anything, you know, any angle, blah, blah. But it is, I'm sorry to say, a real bitch to deal with. Like, I have been futzing with this for almost 10 minutes to try and get it to stay in vaguely this position. I was trying to move it out more, but it can't support any kind of weight at all, apparently. And or the grippy part of the bulldog thing is not strong enough. I don't know. But now it's propped up on pillows. So I don't know how this is any different from my tripod. I'm going to go back to it. So if there is any bouncing in here or anything is weird, I apologize in advance. I have done my best. I may never do this again. So I have a little bit of an unusual video here today. I am looking for book recommendations. Now, I know you're saying, Laura, you have nothing to read on your shelves, no TBR at all, you have no interests, you get rid of things so easily. I understand how bananas this sounds, but there are a few things I'm looking for, subjects, or like read-alikes or something, you know. So without further ado, I am looking for something that is similar to The Age of Innocence by Edith Wharton. So I can get a glare free here. This is my favorite book of all time. I reread it recently, very nervously, maybe last year or the year before, because I was afraid it wouldn't hold up, and I just loved it even more. I just adore this book so much. I like the time period, I like the setting, I like Edith Wharton anyways. This is what started my whole Edith Wharton love affair. But if any of you out there have anything that's close to The Age of Innocence or reminds you of it in some way, I did find recently, and I don't know if this is going to be similar or not. Come on. But The Magnificent Ambersons by Booth Tarkington. This may be a close call. I am unsure, but really, I'm looking for if you have anything that is close to The Age of Innocence or even anything Edith Wharton-esque that's not Edith Wharton, because I've got a lot of her on my shelves that's unread, which is very delightful and exciting for me. So something like The Age of Innocence and Lord of the Rings by Tolkien. This is one of my favorite books of all time also. I think I read the bulk of this in about 2 or 3 days. I was working my corporate job when the first movie came out. In case I haven't mentioned it recently, I hated my corporate job with a passion, and we were in a training group for God knows what, and I was near the back of the group of like 7 people. I had the book open, you know, in front of my textbook we were looking at. I'm like, oh yeah, interesting, yeah. And I think I called in sick to read the last 200 or 300 pages that last day because I couldn't hack it anymore. So anything that is like this, I like adventures. I cannot get a glare, not get a glare, excuse me. So bear with me, bear with. I did not like The Hobbit, which I'm sure is an unpopular opinion, but I read it 5 or 6 years after I read Lord of the Rings, and I thought it was fairly boring. It was like just talking for 90% of the book, and then there's suddenly out of nowhere this enormous friggin' battle. I'm like, it felt so weird to me, and I know I need to reread it at some point because I was already kind of hate reading it halfway through, like, oh Lord, is anything gonna happen in this book? You know, I don't know. So not The Hobbit, please. But something kind of like this. I don't care if it's science fiction or fantasy or just epic world building, just a straight like fiction. If it's YA, I don't care the genre. I would just like something that feels like this or reminds you of something like this, because I really loved this book and I would like to do a reread at some point. She says as she ignores all the books behind her, and the whole point of this video is to get more book requests. Let's skate past that, shall we? But I would love to read something more like this that is not just this. I will say I have a copy of the Silmarillion up on my shelves too that's unread. So if that is like that, let me know. That would be great. I could shop my own shelves essentially. And essentially, it is a Tuesday. No, it's Monday. Oh my God. Let's hope I can edit on this thing. Otherwise, I'm going to redo this when I get home. So anyways, looking for something similar to Lord of the Rings in any kind of way, shape, or form. Anything at all. Fine by me. And this last one, I can't even... I thought it was going to be the second part of this question, but now it's become a two-part request or recommendation because I am stunned I don't have any books about this person. So this is sort of a placeholder, this book about Queen Mary by James Pope Hennessy. I am looking for book recommendations about Queen Elizabeth and her sister, Princess Margaret. Individually, together, any point in their lives, I don't care. I would just like to read more about the current monarch and her sister. I have always been interested in the royal family, any kind of royal family, but specifically the English royal family. And I just looked on my shelves. I have a shelf and a half of royal things. Everything I have is Queen Victoria related, except for I have one book by Prince Charles, which is this big thing, Harmony, on really heavy paper. A new way of looking at our world. So I do have this. Oh, I also have... What great content, Laura. So professional. A Vision of Britain. So this is clearly much older. Personal View of Architecture. I like Charles, in case you can't tell. But I am looking specifically for something about Margaret or Elizabeth. It's not just because of the crown, though that does sort of reignite my interest a little bit more in the current monarchy, royalty. Help me out here, you know what I mean. And this is the most current I could get is Queen Mum. I mean, what kind of a person even am I? I'm a terrible Anglophile. So anything about them. I will say I have checked Shawn's channel, Shawn the Book Maniac. He also enjoys reading about the royal family and everything. And I thought I was going to buy a book on his recommendation called 99 Glimpses of Princess Margaret. It's something like that. I'll link the book below with the accurate title and everything. I had seen his haul of it. He talked about it before he'd read it, and then he had read it and he really did not like it, and I trust Shawn's opinion. So not that book about Princess Margaret, the 99 Glimpses, but anything else I would really highly appreciate. I don't care if it's UK publisher or not, you know, I will happily buy anything from anywhere that has to do about this stuff. So that is my video for the day. Anything about the royal family, currently Margaret or Queen Elizabeth. Oh, anything like Lord of the Rings. And here come the wobbles. I apologize. Anything like The Age of Innocence by Edith Wharton. So I hope you guys, you know, bomb me with tons of recommendations. I don't care. If you have recommendations for channels of people who read a lot of things that are like this for me to check out, I would love a good channel rec too. In general, I love good channel recs, but anything that specifically was someone who reads a lot of this or something like this, that would be wonderful. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, I hope you're all doing well, staying sane, staying safe, and staying home. And I will talk to you all soon. Bye.